Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. For those of you online, I hope everybody can hear me okay. I know those of us in the room, I think, can hear me, but hopefully online you can hear me too. If not, just put something in the chat. My name is Dawn Gelino. I'm the Deputy Director of the NASA Exoplanet Science Institute, and I am really, really happy to welcome all of you to the 2022 Sagan Summer Workshop. This is the first time that we've done a fully hybrid workshop. It is an amazing amount of work, but I'm really happy that we have an amazing team. We've been working on this workshop for almost a full year now, and it's finally here. So, but this is the first time we're doing it, and so please bear with us if things aren't perfect. We will do a survey at the end of the meeting. We'll send it out to everybody, and you can all tell us what we could do better next year, or if we did a good job. That is always nice to hear also. So, okay, so I'd like to introduce two people to start. The first is my boss, Beichman, who's the Executive Director of the NASA Exoplanet Science Institute, who will start us off just talking a little bit about NEXI and the summer workshop history. And then Elise Furlan, who has been, between her and Ellen O'Leary, the driving force for the logistics and the science content for this meeting. And she will thank the SOC, which actually has put together the whole agenda. So with that, welcome everybody, and we'll begin. All right, and here's Chaz.
Thank you, Don. Welcome to everybody, particularly those of you here in person, for braving lost luggage, chaotic airports, canceled flights, and the never-ending scourge of COVID. For those of you watching online, we're really pleased to continue the broad outreach that's made possible by the magic of Zoom. And it's increased the number of workshop participants by a factor of 5. Am I not shouting into the microphone? Is that better? It increased the number of workshop participants by a factor of 5 from our typical 150 to 200 to over 1,000. Welcome to all of you. Despite all these challenges, we live in remarkable times as astronomers. We're here to learn about the revolutionary impact of ESA's Gaia mission on all areas of astronomy, particularly exoplanets. But a number of us here are already looking at data from the James Webb Space Telescope, which promises many revolutions of its own. And the US National Academy has recommended a flagship direct imaging observatory for the 2040s, which will be capable of detecting biosignatures around 25 habitable Earths. It's really remarkable, and it's an example in many of these cases of the international aspect of astronomy, how we work together as a cohesive body to make these dramatic advances possible. But progress relies on more than just facilities. It relies on people. And the goal of the workshop is to instruct early career scientists in the techniques of exoplanet research, but it's also to bring together cohorts of young researchers who share this vision and who will be working together for decades to come to make these visions happen. And it allows, this hybrid option allows us the in-person opportunity to build new friendships, build new collaborations, while the remote option lets us reach many, many more people who could not travel. So let me just give a few introductory slides, and then I'll pass it on to Elise. And I should just mention, as Dawn suggested, that the hybrid meeting really has enormous challenges associated with it. It really combines the worst and best of remote and in-person meetings. And it wouldn't be possible without all the work by Dawn and her team, Dawn, Ellen, Elise, Cindy, Megan, and all the people at NEXI who make all the network magic happen. So do I press a button? Which button? Yeah, I tried that. There we go. Okay, so the Sagan workshop is part of NASA's Exoplanet Science Program, and its primary goal within EXEP is to discover and characterize planetary systems around nearby stars. And we continue this tradition of the past 21 Michelson and Sagan summer workshops. And I think the key quote that really motivates the workshop, EXEP, and I think many of us as scientists, is from Carl Sagan: somewhere something incredible is waiting to be known. And I think you'll hear today that this is really true about the missions we're discussing. So in 20 years of exoplanet science, we've gone from doing discussions of interferometry and imaging techniques with interferometers. We had astrometry, radio velocities, disks, exoplanet atmospheres, microlensing, transit light curves, and so on, just cycling through these different techniques as one or the other comes to the fore and is sort of, we feel, the right time to bring it back. So astrometry has been a long time in coming, and we're just overjoyed that it's going to be discussed today and this week with so much excitement. So I wanted to say that the genesis for this workshop started about 4 or 5 years ago when Dimitri, Porbet, and I were at a conference about the release of Gaia DR1, and we decided it would be great to have a workshop on Gaia, and it took a couple of years for that to come to pass. And about 2 years ago, we decided the release of DR3, which was then on the horizon, would be the right time to have such a meeting. And Dimitri was heavily involved in the early planning of the meeting itself, but sadly passed away about a year ago. And his dedication and inspiration is something we should all really remember and be inspired by. So it's greatly missed. We are sad that he's not here to participate. So the organizing committee brought together all the different science themes, and you'll hear from many of them during the course of the meeting. You know, call out our 2 chairs, Jackie Faraday. Jackie, wave your hand. There's Jackie. And Alessandro Sazzetti is indeed the victim of lost luggage, chaotic airports, and a canceled flight. He's in San Francisco, hoping to get here sometime today from Torino. And to the rest of the organizing committee, thank you very much. And as I say, we'll hear from many of them over the course of the following week. I've mentioned the local organizing committee could not be done without them. Hybrid meetings are really a pain. So attendees, we have over 1,000 registrants from almost 60 countries, 32 US states. And obviously that's something we could never do without the possibility of the remote option. And so that's indeed just a terrific way to get more people engaged in the excitement of science, of exoplanet science. So let me hand over now to Elise Furlan, who'll go over some of the logistical things. And let's just have a great meeting. Thank you.
Okay, yes. Yeah. So first, logistical items, obviously COVID-19 protocols. As we know, we're all wearing masks here. Masks are required in indoor spaces. They're encouraged in outdoor spaces as well. Please drink and eat in outdoor spaces. And inside here, there's no food and drink allowed. And also in the poster area that will be in Dabney Gardens, Dabney Hall, please no food and drink inside. In here, if you like, we encourage you to space out a little bit and also the lunches with speakers. And we have an anonymous if you're COVID positive, there's a form that we have, a Google form that you can fill out and just to let us know it's anonymous. And the link is in the Know Before You Go email that was sent on Friday last week. We have masks available if needed, and also COVID test kits if you need one. So please do not attend in person if you feel sick or have any possible COVID symptoms. Please just test yourself, peace of mind, and then we're not infecting anyone and everybody can enjoy the workshop. We have a code of conduct. We expect everyone to follow the code of conduct during the meeting, including on Zoom, Slack, and the Gather conversations. And we will remove you from the meeting if you don't abide by this conduct. And not going to read the whole thing. It's also on our website, but basically behave professionally, be respectful of others, respect their opinions, and yeah, stay professional. If you experience harassment of any form, or if you witness harassment, then please let us know. There is the email address here, nexi@ipac.caltech.edu. It's only seen by Don, Gelino, and Ellen O'Leary. You can also send a direct Slack message to me, Don, or Ellen. And this instruction is also posted on Slack. And in Gather, there's a right corner in the main Gather room where you can find how to report harassment and code of conduct violations. We thank the speakers very, very much for preparing the presentations, and a lot of them are here in person. We have some remote speakers as well. So thank you so much for participating and making the workshop a success. The PDFs of all the submitted presentations, including the poster pops, they will be posted, and some of them already are posted on our website during the course of the week. The recordings of all the presentations will be posted on the Sagan Workshop YouTube channel by the end of the week. So after the workshop, you can see them all there. For the talks, reminder for the speakers. For the 60-minute talks, you have 50 minutes to speak and 10 minutes for questions. And we have a timer here in front for the speakers that will basically, for your 50-minute time slot, turn yellow at 10 minutes and then red when you have 2 minutes left. So, and then it starts counting up. So please wrap it up, especially when you see it's red. For the 45-minute talks, again, 35 minutes to speak, 10 minutes for questions, and the yellow red indicated here. And 30 minutes, please speak for 25 minutes at most, and then so we have 5 minutes for questions. The all in-person presentations will be given from this laptop here, the presentation laptop, because we have it all hooked up to the audiovisual, to Zoom. So please send us the presentation at the latest at the break before your talk, and then when you upload it, for example, through our portal, then please email us, can email Ellen or Sagan Workshop, so we know that you have a new version of the talk. The wireless access is also up here on the board. It's here in Baxter, Dabney, and Keith Spalding building. That's where the remote lunches are, most for the speakers. And it's Caltech Visitor, Sagan, and Sagan 20, the password. This is like a map. Yeah, you can see it pretty well here. I have my mouse. So we have the workshop venue in Baxter Hall. And then just straight down, there's the Dabney Gardens, Dabney Hall, where the Dabney Gardens is where people have pre-ordered lunches. We can meet lunches there with the speakers. And there's the poster hall down there too. Further down California Boulevard, if you go to the left here, there's Lake Avenue with restaurants. And there's here the Chandler, it's called now the Lee Brown Dining Hall, where you can also purchase lunches if you haven't pre-purchased the lunches from us. Yeah, here's actually a Zoom here. So again, Baxter Hall, you entered right here, and down here, Dabney Garden and Dabney Hall for the posters and the lunches. So this is Baxter Extra Hall. The presentation will all take place here. Again, like I said, no food and drink, please, in here. Please masks at all times and wear them properly above the nose too. During the day, this room is unlocked, so please leave items at your own risk. Usually some of us in here, but again, we're not policing the whole place the whole time. The plugs and power strips available on the floor in certain rows. You should please enter and exit always to the back, and I know there's quite a few stairs, but see there's free exercise. And those who have pre-arranged with us, there is a wheelchair and also like accessibility without stairs to the lecture hall, but you have to let us know ahead of time because it's a bit more complicated to get in that way. The bathrooms are down one level using the stairs at the back. So you go down one and there's the restrooms. The Dabney Hall, yeah, that's where the posters are displayed all week. So you're a poster presenter, you have a printed out version of your poster, you post it there. We have dedicated poster sessions today and on Wednesday, but again, the posters are there the whole time. The posters should be taken down by 2 p.m. on Friday if you want to take them with you. Okay. Okay, so update, you can leave your posters up until 3:30 p.m. on Friday. So after the break, that's when you have to take them down if you want to keep them. The in-person lunch with speakers take place in Dabney Gardens, so just south of us there. You can also sit there with your own lunch. It's not that you only can sit there if you do go to lunch with speakers. And the coffee is also available during the break for those who have prepaid. We had that available on our website. And you have a little icon on your badge, a little coffee, happy coffee mug. That's when you, if you prepaid, you can get the coffee there. We have in-person and remote lunch with speakers. So thank you so much, speakers, for doing that. Our participants always love that, to be able to interact with you more. It's an informal chat with a speaker and up to 15 attendees. To just introduce yourselves and just can ask career questions, graduate schools questions, science questions. The in-person lunches will be in Dabney Gardens. So again, it's the same place where we have the posters. And the remote lunches, that's for our remote attendees, they will take place via Zoom, and the links will be emailed out the day before. So don't worry, you'll get that email link, the email with the link to the Zoom that the remote attendees will join on the day of the remote lunch with the speaker. We still have a few spots open. So we had this sign up genius link sent in all our emails. And so please feel free to sign up if you see some speaker has spots available. It's really a great chance to ask some more questions. Could be even, again, like about career or the science path, background, and so on. The posters, we have them listed on our website and also in Gather. So Gather is virtual space, virtual room, but you can join as well, maybe not during the talks here, but at other times, but it's for our remote attendees too, so you can see all the posters there and ask questions. On Monday, Wednesday, we have in-person poster sessions in Dabney Hall. And at the same time, if people are available, also on Gather for our remote participants. And there's also a poster channel in Slack. So again, for in-person remote, you can go to Slack. And if you have any question, want to interact with one of the poster presenters, you can go there. We have Twitter handle, Sagan 2022. If you're so inclined, you can tweet about the workshop. And we have this Slack workspace set up that you should all have got an invitation. Otherwise, please join if you haven't done so already. And we have several channels set up. So for example, for the hands-on sessions, there's 2 channels. There is also the Python help channel for the hands-on sessions, where if you have some issues with Python, you can ask it there. Hello, my name is, you can introduce yourself. We have a pets channel. You can show your pet and what it's up to. Posters and pops and resources we'll post throughout the week if there's an interesting paper or interesting links. And for the talks, that's again, most of our remote attendees, but even I guess here in the room, if you feel a little bit shy, you can ask questions that way. There's a talks channel, and there's a channel for each day, and each talk has its own thread. And I think we have it, yeah, here at the bottom. So the questions in Slack, there's a Slack, a talk channel. And then there are, for example, the talks for today. And when you click on that, there's a little menu that pops up where you can reply in a thread. So we have all the questions in that thread. And for the speakers, please, after you talk, keep just an eye on Slack. And if you see any questions that haven't been answered, just try to answer them whenever you can. That will be really appreciated. And here, yeah, at the top, I skipped that part. Unless you are speaking or you're chairing a session, you will be a Zoom webinar attendee. So that's for our remote attendees. And it means that the video is off, the microphone is off. And so we won't hear any feedback or if you forget to mute yourself and so on. So a microphone, video disabled. And we really encourage you to ask questions via the Slack talks channel. That's what we're monitoring. For the hands-on sessions, everybody is welcome to participate too, from beginner to expert. Some might be a little bit more at a high level, but we try to introduce them so that you can really follow along. The activities can use either Jupyter notebooks, which requires you to do a Python installation, or Google Collaboratory, called Google Colab notebooks. They run in the Google Drive and don't require any Python installation. So if you have a problem installing Python, not too familiar with, Google Colab is just really walking you through the same activity, just doesn't require Python installation. And we'll also use Glue tomorrow for a visualization of Gaia dataset. So that you have to install separately, but it's a standalone application, much easier to install if you had Python problems, for example. Yeah, again, you recommend using Google Colab if you have a problem with Python, really bypasses all any installation issues. Yeah, the Python installation takes about half an hour or so, depending on your system. So you should do it ahead of the hands-on sessions to try to install it. And instructions are on our website. We have a hands-on session subpage, and their instructions are posted for Google Colab and for Python separately. So please check out the website. So for the hands-on session on Monday today, Anthony Brown is gonna show you how to access the Gaia catalog and merge some catalog with the Exoplanet archive. On Tuesday, Jackie Faraday going on over visualization of Gaia data using Glue. On Wednesday, Tim Brandt will introduce orbital fits using Orvara, a code that he wrote. And on Thursday, we'll have group projects where you can decide which systems you want to fit using Orvara. And on Friday, we would like you, when you participate in these little projects, to present your results. And it's very informal, nothing like high pressure. I have to make a beautiful presentation. You have maybe 10 minutes or so per group, depending how many groups we have. And just showing, we got these results, we have these questions, we had this problem. So it's just basically to just report to the group what you found. You can participate in one or more, so it's not that you have to do them, but we just encourage you to do them because you definitely get more out of the workshop if you participate in the hands-on sessions. Obviously, remote attendees, we know you're all over the world. You participate at your own time. You can carry out those hands-on activities at your own time and ask questions via Slack, and we'll try to answer them as soon as we can. And again, there's questions on Slack channel Python help, more specifically about Python issues. And we have hands-on session Gaia and hands-on session Orvara for the two types of flavors of hands-on sessions. We really thank the hands-on session leaders and helpers. Without them, we would not have hands-on sessions. So I listed them here: Tim Brandt, Anthony Brown, Jackie Faraday, Alessandro Sozzetti. I'll have myself into it. I did a little bit, but really they're really the big driver behind them. And we have 18 hands-on session helpers. And we highlight a few here like Mirek Brand, Yi Ting Li, and Shi Yun Tang. They have been very active already, but thank you so much for being hands-on session helpers and helping other participants work through those activities and getting Python installed and so on. Thank you very much. For food, so pre-orders of food are closed. We had them before the workshop. Coffee and tea provided for those who prepaid. You have this coffee sticker on your badge. Box lunches are also available only for those who prepaid. And this in the back of your badge, you should see a little list what you pre-purchased. And the dinner is Monday, Thursday. So today and on Thursday, we have dinner in Dabney Gardens. And actually I was informed this morning, if you change your mind or you said, oh, I really want to go to the dinner on Thursday, you can still sign up for that one today by the end of the first break. And just Ellen here, you have to let her know, email or stop by. Ellen is sitting right here in front. And it's $28 cash only. But if you really want to go to the dinner on Thursday, tonight it's closed, but on Thursday, you can still get your dinner. There's a campus map on the back of the agenda as well, and posted online for other options for food here on campus. And again, drinking, eating, outdoor spaces only, not in here, not in the poster hall. And please wear your mask inside and outside if you're not eating and you're sitting next to someone, might as well wear a mask too, since this Omicron variant is super contagious. This again, a map here, what we had before, Baxter Hall, Dabney, and there's other dining options over here. There's the dining hall, it's the Caltech cafeteria, and there's a Red Door Cafe where you can get coffee as well and pastries and some food options. And like I mentioned over there in the west, it's just not too far away, there's a restaurant. We have the Gather virtual space that's open 24/7 the week of the workshop, and all posters are there, like we mentioned earlier, and you can view them at any time, but also at the same time as the poster sessions here. And if you have questions, you can ask your questions in the Slack for the poster presenter. And there's also a hands-on session lab that's for our remote attendees. You can go into that lab room in Gather, and then there's virtual tables. You can sit there and work on things together. And we recommend to use Chrome or Firefox browsers. And we even have a beach where you can go around with go-karts and have fun if you need to get away from it all. We also have for our virtual attendees, a remote group photo on Wednesday, 11:50 a.m. Pacific time. I know it might not work out for everyone, but just meet us at the beach and we'll try to take a picture in Gather. So almost done here. After the workshop, you can request a certificate of attendance. There's a form on our website. The deadline will be August 19th, sorry. And the certificates will be sent out by mid-September. So please bear with us, but by mid-September, you're getting your certificate if you requested one. For our remote attendees, please submit a headshot for a class photo. They're also due August 19th, and then we'll post the picture on the workshop website. And we will have also a survey, but please answer the survey after the workshop. Shouldn't take too long, because we really want to hear your feedback, how we can improve things and suggestions and so on. Final reminders, we really want you to have an enjoyable, productive meeting. Again, please behave professionally, no harassment, be respectful of others. If you want to share photos of any attendee or their work on social media, please ask them first. It's just normal etiquette, I guess. And again, no food and drink in here. Silence your cell phones and laptops. I know sometimes it happens that you forget about that, but maybe you can do it now if you haven't done so already. And we'll have a workshop picture on Wednesday at 11:50. It's basically the same time as people will meet on Gather, and we'll take a picture somewhere out here just to have all of us in person in a picture, and then we have the remote attendees via their headshots. So I think we're right on time. Let's get started and have an enjoyable workshop. Find us, please, if you have any questions or any problems. Thank you so much.